welcome to the IJK Podcast. And today, we're talking about the Chris Cyborg versus Buds. And Chris Cyborg, I congratulate her. She dominated throughout the whole fight. It shows how good Amanda Nunes is. You're talking about Chris is the greatest fighter of all time. I say she's a second versus Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes, she beat Chris Cyborg by the knockout. And no one has ever done that to Chris Cyborg. Let's get to the fight. Chris Cyborg, obviously, she meant business. Like, what she did to Buzz, I don't really know Buzz that much because I don't watch Bellator. I watch UFC and boxing. So, I had to watch this fight. I could have watched the Danny Garcia fight, but, I'm happy the outcome. And Buzz's main objective was to get in the clinch with Chris Cyborg, put it in the fence, and, to tire her out. So she basically is putting her weight to Chris Cyborg, so Chris Cyborg can carry that weight and exhaust herself. And the first round, Chris Cyborg slipped, and obviously Buzz took advantage of it. Straight got him out, tried to end her. So I think she tried to submit her at one time, and she threw an illegal knee and got pissed off Chris Cyborg. After the legal knee, she took a good, 10-second break and asked the referee, asking, "Are you okay, Chris?" And warning Buds not to do that again. And after that, Chris Cyborg drops her, I think with a straight or right hand, and drops her bad. And she was trying to end it. And Buds wasn't having that, trying to kick her away. And Chris Cyborg, the last 7 seconds, was throwing nasty kicks at Buds. And, now they're resting. Second round comes in. Chris Cyborg is like a pit bull. Once she going after you, she gets you. She won't let go, and she drops Buds straight in the second round. Buds get up. They go to the clinch, and, honestly, Chris Cyborg was just peppering her. I like how Connor used that use that term for just Chris Cyborg just hitting her in the face. And Buds, I feel like she had a adrenaline dump. Like even the commentators thought too, like she's getting tired, And Chris Cyborg was just dominant in the clinch, throughout the whole second round. It was just Chris Cyborg tonight, I didn't see Buds winning any rounds and Chris Cyborg landed a heavy kick and made Buds rotate, and she turned her whole body around. Bud got good combinations in Pepper and Chris Cyborg, but that didn't do nothing. I feel like she had no power to stop Chris Cyborg. Bud tried to get a takedown, and how good Chris Cyborg's takedown in this fight, and she ends up with the knee, and we're going to the third round, and Bud throws crazy exchanges in the clinch, and obviously the cameraman, it's his fucking fault, That's one thing I didn't like about the Bellator, because it looked like Chris Cyborg dropped her, and we had to see the replay after the end of the round. You had to go up top of the cage to see it, and basically she was getting dropped until Chris Cyborg ends with a takedown, and obviously she won that round. She threw crazy exchanges, almost ending Buds, and Buds has a good chin, she's obviously getting dropped and stuff, but she managed to survive, some crazy exchanges throughout round 1, 2, and 3. And, round 4, obviously, it repeats from third round, second round, and first round. And I think it was 1 minute in, and Chris Cyborg just peppers it, hits her body, her delayed reaction, she falls down, ref stops it, Chris Cyborg just falls down because the ref pushed it. It's like, I did it. Much respect for Chris Cyborg, and I know she did her people proud. Honestly, I like what she said. I don't have the pressure. Buds has the pressure because she's undefeated for 7 years. Shit, I had a 10-year run. I lost to Amanda Nunes. I have no pressure. And I didn't watch throughout the build-up. Because I forgot the Chris Cyborg fight. I just realized, and honestly, Chris Cyborg, that's the first time Chris Cyborg was not heavier than her opponents. I think she was off by 1 pound, and she has crazy knockout power. She dropped her multiple times, and Yeah, now she has 4 different bouts in 4 different organizations. You know, she feels happy that she left UFC. Now she can start a career over in Bellator. I gotta start paying attention to Bellator. I know Jack Swagger fights there. I watched a couple of his fights, and you know, yeah, it was. Now there's Logan Paul trying to do MMA. I don't know what good matchup you can have. Bellator, you can fight Dylan Dennis, and now it shows that because I think Dana White said it. The only the only way he's gonna do business with Chris if they fight against Amanda Nunes, and obviously now that doesn't make a lot of money. I think Amanda Nunes rematch, but I feel like it's the same outcome because Chris Cyborg, when she takes a heavy hit, she wants to return a heavier hit to you. So obviously she chases you, leaves her chin way open, and she starts throwing bombs. And she's waiting to get her chin clipped by one of them punches from the opponent. That's what happened with Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes kicked her heavy in the leg. She tried to go for Amanda Nunes, and Amanda Nunes, counter punch Chris Cyborg and barrages of punches and drops Chris Cyborg and ends it. I thought it was gonna be a war or go to distance, but no. Amanda Nunes put that aside, and she is the greatest of all time. Beat every female, and yeah. The next podcast, we can talk about predictions for John Jones and Dominic Reyes. And the Thursday, I'm definitely gonna do, or Thursday or Friday, we're gonna do a fight review of Jake Paul versus Anderson Gibson. How Jake Paul has been promoting himself on Snapchat, with like his brother. Episodes. So until the main event, honestly. Chris, I'm just proud for, and UFC doesn't do this. Bellator, I'm proud for them. They're helping the United States veterans. Putting a shelter for them. Helping them, like get back on track. UFC doesn't do that. So, throughout the whole event, they're promoting the stories of showing off the veterans. In the screen, showing their stories and how they survived. And I'm honored that they served our country, man. They're fighting for our freedom. I'm grateful for that. And Bellator to return the favor and showing them. It's amazing. It feels great. And Chris Cyborg, happy for her. She came out with the Lakers. She had a close with Lakers and stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys like this podcast today. And next one's will be Jake Paul and Anderson Gibbs results. Peace.